you guys. I just wanted to come back since I have some time. Um, so I don't know. Let me start with this whole Joy Taylor situation, and I think her name's Nasheen. Can't remember her full name now, but she was the makeup artist at Fox Sports. Um, so first of all, I'm just kind of curious of why she filed the lawsuit. That's nobody's really talking about that, but where people are just kind of getting into the stuff that she's saying and her lawyer is laying out, and the whole thing about the 1.5 million. And I was listening to Jason Whitlock, which people are upset with him for the whole peanut butter skin thing, but people were saying things to him, and that's what he was responding to. And he was saying it in a sarcastic way. He wasn't saying it in like a lusting type of way, the way people are trying to like, oh, it's misogyny or whatever. I don't take it that way. And then I was on Joy's her Instagram, and she has on a lot of low cut tops, and while she's filming this show. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know if she's taking what he said a certain way. But he was not saying it that way. He was saying it in a sarcastic way because he also went on to explain that she was like 25 years old when he was introduced to her, and they were trying to get him to put her on his show or on whatever the show was that he was on. And he said that he didn't think it was a good idea, which brings me to my conversation because a young lady was on not Twitter, TikTok, and she was saying the same thing in her live. She was kind of like, should women be in that environment or in that setup with these guys? And so that is a good question. But then, when you really think about it, like the makeup artist was there. You're gonna have makeup artists there, you're gonna have stylists there, you're gonna have people there, regardless if, you know, women there, if they're sitting at the table or not. Women are still gonna be around these guys. So I mean, I don't know what difference it's gonna make in that way. Um, so yeah, but there were, he was kind of saying too, he felt like, stuff like that sets up problems. You can definitely see how problems can form when you start putting these young women together with men twice their age or what have you. What I noticed that what people don't bring up about Joy is that her brother is named Jason Taylor, and he was a football player as well. Because a lot of people I know, peak book lessons, in her commentary, she was saying, something about maybe she got how she got her job in the first place, right? But I was thinking, it's probably from her going to games when her brother was playing, and maybe she made those connections, or maybe she honestly just went in and got the job. I don't know, but it's possible that the brother, her having that connection with the NFL, could have also helped her get to land that job. Um, because a lot of people feel like the way she's coming off is like she didn't really earn her spot. But like I said, I don't know. But I noticed that people don't bring her brother up, but he could have been a factor in her being there. Um, but what do you guys think about that? The whole I mean, all of it is very messy. It's YouTube and the restless all day, right? It's very messy. Just all the stories. It was the makeup artist dating Shannon? Was she dating Skip? And then a lot of people are, even the girl on TikTok was questioning like the whole thing about Skip going out with the single lady. I thought he was married too. I don't know though. I don't know if he's still married, but that, yeah, yeah. That depends on, I guess, their relationship. If his wife is okay with that, what can we say, right? If she's not saying anything, then there's nothing we can add. Because clearly she don't have a problem with it. So I don't. But yeah, that is a good point. Like, what is he even doing going out with this person alone? Because I think somebody in their commentary was saying that people would see them together. see the makeup artist and Skip Bayless together. And I guess Skip, Marcellus Wiley, who was also a football player, he was saying to Jason that Skip and Shannon had. I watched Skip and Shannon a couple of times. I'm like, I don't watch any of this stuff like faithfully. So, but I have watched that when they were together, and he said that Skip was like in some type of competition with Shannon. Um, and who's to say? I mean, what would bring something like that on? You guys come, you don't have any reason to compete with this guy, right? But some people are just that way, I guess. And so he thought that Shannon was dating the makeup artist or trying to date her, I guess, behind his back. But you're a whole married man. It's not even your business if he was dating her. Um, so yeah, all of that stuff, it's just wild. The whole story is wild. But so I get what Jason is saying. Like when you bring women in and the girl, when you bring women into these setups, it's going to, you're always going to get this type of an issue. But then you can't get around bringing women on, in these setups as well. Like I said, I mean, the catering person could be a woman. It could be the PA or any. You can't sit there and say women can't, it's not a good idea. I mean, it's going to happen. But I think people should just be expected to act in a professional manner. Um, I think that Joy, is probably going to learn a real lesson um, out of all of this because, some people believe that there's probably some truth to some of the stuff that the makeup artists were saying. I don't know if I believe everything, and of course, all of this is allegedly because people are innocent until proven guilty. And I don't even know who the burden of proof is on in this situation. A lot of people were saying that they think she want Fox Sports to just settle with her. But if this ends up in court, like who will they call, and what type of evidence do she have to prove any of this stuff? Because some of that stuff is damaging. Her saying that Joy said that she would me too um, the man who was the head of content. That's not okay for. And then you are going after these guys, right? And then so I don't know. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. But I don't know. I don't think most people believe it. But and hopefully this lady was not recording any conversations or anything like that, because if then that's gonna make the difference. But what do you guys think about the whole situation? And like I said, I just thought it was interesting. Nobody's bringing up her brother, but she is related to an athlete, so that is probably how she got there. A little bit of it probably has something to do with her attitude towards the whole job anyway. Oftentimes when people really don't work for stuff, they tend to treat it that way, right? And they tend to think that everything's going to get be handed to them. So I don't know. Then the whole, what's the African guy's name, the one that went off on Angel Reese? He's involved in all this too. And I think that it sounds like people believe that they are actually dating, and maybe she's also dating the content man as well. So it's messy. It's all messy. And I agree with Jason. Things like this they're gonna happen when you have these type of setups. I just think maybe it's better if they have more than one woman there, then the other woman kind of sets. I don't know. I think women tend to act a little different if they know somebody's watching them. So I don't know. Maybe they just need more to have more than one woman on the panel or seated there. Um, but that might make it crazier at the same time. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that situation, that Fox Sports situation. I don't think I didn't feel that me as a woman, I didn't feel that Jason Whitlock was being sexist by playing around about the cans and the peanut butter skin. But some people may take it that way. You know, a lot of guys were jumping on Angel Reese over her New Year's Eve outfit. I thought that was more inappropriate than what he was saying, because you could tell that he was just being sarcastic, or he was just playing around. But people were really saying a lot of nasty stuff about Angel, and Angel is only 23 years old. What do y'all think she's supposed to be wearing? I mean, what do you think she's really going to wear? And a lot of these men that's old enough to be her father, like I said before about the Megan Thee Stallion thing, y'all really shouldn't even be commenting on that girl. They shouldn't even be talking about her. And that's how I feel about that. That's for her age. Let her and her people, her age group, have that conversation. Why are you even worried about what she have on? I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. Like some of these guys are a little too old. Charleston White. Um, these people, y'all too old to be talking. I'm talking about what this girl got on like that. And he was being very disrespectful. So it's like, how can you guys call Jason out, but y'all not calling all these other people out for the stuff they say? So I don't know, but let me know what y'all think about that whole conversation. Do you think women should even be on these shows? Because some people were saying they don't even think women should be on the show because they don't play football. Why are they even there? But that is one way for them to try to pull men in. I mean, we understand that part. I know, I'm pretty sure y'all understand it. That's what they're doing. They're putting these women on there to pull people in to watch the program. And well, to pull men in, to be honest, I don't think that they're trying to pull women in because most women don't watch this stuff, right? If we're honest, I know I don't, but I think that they're using the women to pull guys in. Um, and I could get into the whole thing about is she black, is she biracial, but I won't. I just think that everybody should start identifying themselves for who they are. I really feel like in 2025, let's stop pretending like we hiring black folks when you're not. Okay, people really need to cut that out. We don't need everybody pretending like they black, and then once they get their money, all of a sudden now everybody who they, I don't have to say nothing for black people. I'm not black. When you sure was using all of that when you were sitting over there on Fox Sports. So I just feel like people need to cut that out. And I don't know if you guys saw the coach for Notre Dame. He just spoke on that as well because some lady sports analyst went up to him and was like, "Oh, you're the first black coach to win a college whatever." And he was like, can we just congratulate me? And I'm a minority. And that was my thing. I was laughing because I'm like, first of all, you can really look at this man and you could tell that he's not. Just like Joy, you looking at these people, you know that there's something else going on there. So let's not try to put this on black women. The girl is biracial. The coach is as well. And I don't know if he looks like or he probably not even black. He probably not even black at all. And that's the funny part. It's like we keep doing that, and it's like just because somebody have a hint of color to their skin or their peanut butter, as Jason said, do not mean that they belong to the black population. There are people from other parts of the world who have melanin in their skin, and they do not classify themselves as black or from African descent, and that's really what they're saying. They don't want to acknowledge any African descent there, and that's their right. If they were raised that way, then that's on them. But what we need to do is stop letting people try to act like there's some like we'd have made history somewhere. We're not making history with all these folks, okay? And the man had to check that today. He was just like, just congratulate me as a human, and I'm not just representing black. I'm all minorities. I just congratulate. And like people were saying, just congratulate the man. You don't have to do all of that. We don't need y'all to keep pretending like black people making history somewhere. Okay. And I think we all get why people do that nonsense though. But I was glad that he kind of like checked that situation because you really could look. You can look at that guy. Y'all can go look up. I can't remember his name. Go look it up. The Notre Dame coach. Um, you know, everybody's not black, and we need to put a stop to all that nonsense. We see all the stuff that's happening now with Fat Joe, and then like I was saying in that video, identity politics. Everybody just playing black, and then they come jumping out with some "I gotcha" moment about how they not black. Like, um, yeah, we need y'all to cut that out in 2025. Um, what else was I going to talk about on here? Um, oh, Puffy's mother. There's saying that I had to go back and read that again. Though they were saying that it's a source, so I don't know who the source is. So all everything is allegedly that Puff got all this these parties. I'll say it that way from his mother. That she was throwing parties when he was growing up. These like red light special. I guess that's what they trying to say. Like she was the red light special lady in Harlem. I don't know. You know, I've never heard that before about his mother. I almost feel like when she was interviewed earlier on, they named whatever her job was, and I don't want to put anything out there because it's so long ago. Like when he first started, you know, his mother had been interviewed a couple of times, and they never made it come off like she was coming from some C type, you know, background when she was running the little house of Texas. So I don't know. I don't know where that's coming from. You know, I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what they're putting out here. They're saying that his mother kind of introduced him to all this stuff. I don't know that I believe that. I'm saying, let me know what you guys think. Now, people can look at her with the way, you know, she always have on these blonde wigs, and maybe they will start to think that there's could be some truth to that. And I guess there was some video of them kissing or whatever, and then he was saying that the mother was hydrating, or he was, you know, with him. So I don't know. People are gonna read into stuff what they want to read into it. Um, Let me know what y'all think about that story, and I don't know what difference it makes. So you know, you're an adult. You know right from wrong, right? So, and I think people are missing the point about the freak offs because it's one thing when consenting adults are doing things, and it's a different thing when you're inviting people into a situation and then it turns into something that they did not agree to and you didn't give them the option to agree to it. You see, I think there's a difference, and that's where it becomes, and I keep saying this in people's comments because people keep leaving that part out. It's a point in all of that, the freak offs, where it becomes illegal, where it becomes you're harming somebody. You're not giving that person the opportunity to make that choice. You're making a choice for them, and nothing gives him that right. So yeah, these guys love to leave that out about the drugging and and baby oil and possibly having drugs in it and abusing people and all this other stuff, right? So I don't know. Like I said, he knows right from wrong, regardless of whatever his mother had going on. He went to school. He tried to make a different path for himself. So I can't give him any excuses about whatever his mother was doing when he was young, like that. It just sounds like people trying to make excuses to me. But you guys can let me know what you think in the comments. And I don't even know if that's true. Like I said, I can remember them interviewing his mother, and I forget where she said she worked, but she said that she had a job, so it's not like she was some lady of the night, uh, like that. Like, yeah, no, she said that she had a job, and then I thought that she was kind of like, kind of like a woman about town, like she was a socialite or whatever. Like people knew her. Like it's not like she, was a celebrity, but she was moving in certain circles. Um, right. So that's what I remember people saying about his mother. I don't recall hearing anything like that ever. So, but like I said, people may be just trying to make excuses for him. But you guys can let me know what y'all think about that story in the comments if you want to comment on that. And what you think about the Joy Taylor story. Like I said, her brother was an athlete as well. So that could be another way that she kind of got around these executives or whatever. And I guess the thing that they're saying that she was after was that she wanted her own show. Because I'm like, sleeping her way to the top. Like, what's at the top, though? What is the top that she tried to go to, right? Because I just couldn't get that. And I wasn't, reading like the court paper, stuff. Like I was just listening to other content creators talk about the situation, but I'm like, what's at the top though? What top is she going to? But they were saying that she wanted her own show, and so I guess the man over the content, was probably the person that she felt like could help her develop a show and put, I mean, it seems to me like she could have just put whatever she wanted to do together and then just go to these people, like playing all these games and stuff, like, and like she getting ready to find out right now, right? It's just best to do things the most professional way that you can and stay away from nonsense because people will get you caught up. And it sounds like the makeup artist is about to get her caught up. But let me know what y'all think about both stories in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video.